Hey, it's Dr. Charles, aka CoachMD. In my over 30 years of medical practice, I've made it my goal to help you create a great life by achieving a strong mind, a healthy body, and an unshakable spirit. What I want to go over today is this article that appeared in Inc. magazine about the CEO of Sweetgreen, the Sweetgreen incident. Ooh, let's see what that's about. I think this is a really important article because it really shows a lot, and we'll go over that in a second. So, after his comments on obesity, the internet came for the CEO. His response is a lesson in emotional intelligence. Is it his lesson? Oh, he learned from them coming after them. Oh, that must have been a good thing, I guess. The recent Sweetgreen incident provides a great case study in how emotional intelligence works in the real world. So let's see what this is all about. Jonathan Newman, CEO of salad chain Sweetgreen, recently apologized for comments he posted on LinkedIn last week when he suggested addressing obesity and unhealthy lifestyles is the best way to fight the COVID-19 pandemic. Oh my God, how controversial that is. Is he right? Well, if you look at the numbers, you see that most of the severe cases of COVID, most of the deaths occurred in people who were unhealthy, who were of advanced age, unhealthy, and yes, obese. So what he said was not untrue. So why would people come after him? Let's see. My goal was to start a conversation about the systemic healthcare issues in the country, writes Neiman. Words matter, and the words I chose were insensitive and oversimplified, a very complex issue that is impacted by larger socioeconomic factors. Okay, here we go. So he wasn't sensitive enough. He wasn't calling out that unhealthy lifestyles put our immune system at higher risk at getting all sorts of problems, not only not protecting us from incoming viruses or bacterial infections or cancers or cardiovascular disease. No, he was being insensitive. Critics claim Neiman's original comments minimize the effect vaccinations and other safety measures have had on fighting the pandemic, while also discriminating against the obese and overweight. Oh my goodness. Discriminating against the obese and overweight, but those are the people who have an unhealthy body habitus that has put them at higher risk, and that's the reality. If you don't look at the truth, how could you treat this effectively? Vaccinations aren't the only thing here. Yeah, I'm vaccinated, okay? I'm not anti-vax. Don't label that to me and then dismiss everything I have to say. But I have my views on vaccine mandates, which were canceled by this channel, by YouTube. That's the reality. But so we're not going to discuss that today. But what about obesity and unhealthy lifestyles is discriminating when you point it out and look at the truth? One of the most frustrating aspects of my practice over 30 years, and actually kind of a reason why I transitioned out of that practice, is because of the lack of self-honesty and addressing the real issues of what causes people to get sick. 78% of hospitalizations due to COVID are obese and overweight people, wrote Neiman in his original post. Is there an underlying problem that perhaps we have not given enough attention to? Is that untrue? In fact, you're saying that most hospitalizations and deaths now are due to the unvaccinated. Well, what about the people who have unhealthy lifestyles? Okay, yes, we're not going to magically correct that overnight, but in the future, we need to address this. So I know that people don't want to look at that because those same people don't want to admit where the virus originated from, because that's controversial and that's conspiracy theories, and that's epidemiology 101, meaning the study of diseases and the origins. The first thing you look at is where it came from, is T0, time zero. You look where it came from, but no, we couldn't do that because that's a conspiracy theory. So if you believe in science, then you would believe in real science that epidemiology looks to see where the origin of a pandemic originated from, where the pandemic originated from. And science will want to know that people who are on healthy lifestyle and obese, who have underlying medical problems, are the crux of who got sick, right? We got to understand these things. So what about what he said? Let me know. Did he say anything that you think is untrue, or that's controversial, cynical, or somehow conspiracy? I don't know. Neiman's post initially received significant support, including hundreds of likes on LinkedIn. I wonder why, because what he said was true. However, after a growing number of critical comments, Neiman deleted the original post. Well, I know how it is. I believe me. You got to be very careful, because this is cancel culture. This is the epitome of cancel culture. If you say anything that goes against the masses, and look at my hyena against lioness video, all right? When you talk about the masses are very powerful, because the masses, believe it or not, even though they're veiling themselves for the higher good, this is truly the animal instinct trying to devour somebody because they deviate from a particular viewpoint. According to reports, Neiman apologized to staff via email and a company town hall. He then followed those actions with a new post on LinkedIn. Oh boy, here we go. Viewed through the lens of emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and manage emotions to reach a goal, Neiman certainly missed the mark on his original post. Okay, so I guess Inc. now is embracing the ability that if you recognize that you spoke the truth, but a mass of people disagreed, now it's emotionally intelligent to now appease that group. No, to me, that's not emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is recognizing that this group is hostile and that your words are truth, and that maybe there's some way that we can come together in our understanding instead of being canceled out. I'm right and you're wrong. To me, that's emotional intelligence. But he also did some things right and provided a great case study in how emotional intelligence works in the real world. Okay, so emotional intelligence to them is, oh, I was wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I didn't get it right. You're the voice of reason. You're the voice of the government, of Big Brother, and I didn't get it right. I went against you. So now I'm going to apologize, and that's emotionally intelligent. No, I don't think so. I really don't. Let's break down a few of these lessons. Okay. He started the conversation. While Neiman admits he should have communicated his message in a more thoughtful way and not insult people who may be living unhealthy lifestyles or obese or overweight. No, you don't want to help them understand that it's hurting them. No, you don't want to hurt their feelings. Okay. Is that emotional intelligence? I don't know about that. He believes the conversation is an important one. It could have been said much more eloquently, but the intent was real. Okay, good. That's true. Neiman told staff in the town hall, as reported by Vice, which obtained a recording. Vice, okay, Vice is no friend of free speech. I can tell you that right now. You all know that this is a core part of our mission and something we truly believe in. And we believe that food is part of the solution. That's his company, right? Sweetgreen. They're a company that promotes healthy lifestyle, healthy eating. Sweetgreen alone is not going to solve this. Salads alone are not going to solve this. That's true. This is not going to be solved overnight, but it is something that needs to be addressed, and the truth needs to be addressed. Takeaway: so-called negative emotions such as anger, frustration, or fear can prove harmful if unchecked. But we can also use them to motivate ourselves or even others to take action. Now, who are you talking to? Are you talking to the people who attacked him? Or are you talking to his truthful message as being angry, frustrated, or fearful? So are you turning the tide on? Because those emotions come from our automatic brain, our primitive animal nature. And I don't think he was using that. I think he was attacked by others' animal primitive nature. Of course, Neiman may have benefited from having a respected friend, colleague, or member of his comms team review his message and offer feedback. But if the original goal was to start the conversation, Neiman achieved it. Okay. He listened. Oh, he listened to the mob. While Neiman stood by the core of his message, his critics' complaints came through loud and clear. Yeah, you toe the line or you get canceled and we'll boycott your company and take you down if you don't comply with the company message, which is Big Brother, which is government. Words matter, and the words I chose were insensitive and oversimplified a very complex issue that is impacted by larger socioeconomic factors, wrote Neiman. Okay. So, yeah, maybe it was, but social media, how are you going? You're going to write a essay? Are you going to write a diatribe? Are you going to not diatribe? But are you going to write a book about this? No, that's what social media is. It's quick hits. It's quick statements. It's trying to sum up what you think is true in a very short course, whatever. So, right now, I don't see anything that Neiman said so far. I'm siding with him. Honestly, that's me. I'm siding with that healthy lifestyles, promoting healthy lifestyles, promoting healthy body types and fitness and having more fit bodies is the best defense against any type of illness, from pandemics to cancer. And if that's not true, tell me, let me know. This doesn't make sense to me. True, you're not going to, we need things right now, and vaccines did thwart this dangerous pandemic. It did, but now the messaging and the mandates and it's gone crazy right now. I mean, to protect, I'm digressing, but the words of our president, to protect the vaccinated from the unvaccinated, really? I thought the vaccine worked. I mean, if you really want to say it, the vaccinated are actually more risk to the unvaccinated because we could be asymptomatic carriers of the virus. I was in discussion with somebody on that who pointed that out to me. I'm not saying don't get vaccinated. I think vaccination is a good idea, honestly. But if you're going to look at who's really putting others at risk, if you're still contagious with the vaccine, but you may not get as sick, but you may be able to pass it on to others. Well, if you're going to pass it on to other vaccinated people, it's not so dangerous. But if you pass it on to an unvaccinated person, they're at big risk. So think about that. I mean, that's truthful. I'm not saying don't get vaccinated, but let's look at the honesty. So, yeah, go ahead, cancel me. I mean, come on. But anyway, let's go on. Let's see what he has to say. What did Neiman learn? He learned his lesson, okay? According to Vice, Neiman said the public ordeal has proved to be a painful, painful lesson. Right, the mob will kill you. A huge learning moment and a moment of humility and vulnerability. Ooh, we fight and flee vulnerability. He's fleeing it, boy. He's fleeing it by towing the line. I don't blame him, honestly. I can't blame him because he'll be taken back. His whole company, he could lose his company. This mob is very dangerous, and they'll cancel you out, and they'll destroy you. I'm a little guy right here. I'm not. I don't have a big media presence, whatever. And what I'm going over here, I think is worth looking at, is worth investigating. I mean, just trying to understand. It's not emotionally intelligent. That's out of the question. At a time when many business leaders attempt to minimize mistakes, brush them under the rug, or shift the blame to others, Neiman's comments are a breath of fresh air. His follow-up message on LinkedIn strikes a similar tone. My commitment is to continue to listen to our team members and communities as I continue to learn forward and be a positive force on the food system. Takeaway. Humility doesn't mean that you lack self-confidence or that you never stand up for your own opinions or principles. Rather, it involves recognizing that you don't know everything and being willing to learn from others. Yes, okay, I agree with that. But who are you learning from here? You're learning from the people who say my way or no way, I'm right and you're wrong. I mean, I don't think he's wrong here. I feel for him. I really do. But I understand that he had to back down. But if there's anything that he said that was untruthful, I'd like to know. I really would. If you could, let me know. Because high emotional intelligence doesn't mean you're perfect, true, but it's how you handle those mistakes that will determine how emotionally intelligent you truly are. So remember, when emotions run high, don't push them away. Who was emotional? I don't think he was emotional. I think it was the group that canceled him out that was emotional. Instead, take time to think through them. Strive to understand them. I asked the other side, think about what he had to say. Try to understand what he had to say. I mean, he was right. I don't get it. Then start the conversation, listen and learn. Yeah, help me understand. Am I off base here? Really, I want to know. Am I off base? To me, I feel for this CEO because what he went through by just speaking the truth, yeah, it's it doesn't make sense to me, and it scares me honestly because if there's only one right way, and the right way happens to be the way that is seeming to be a mass and violent mass, really a mass that will come after you and cancel you if you disagree with what they have to say, I'm scared. Yeah, yeah, I'm scared. So anyway, let me know what you think. And really, in order to stay strong in mind, body, and soul, you have to be willing to be honest, have self-honesty, and introspect, and really have true emotional intelligence. And I think this is a really good lesson here for all of us to learn that what they're saying in this article is emotional intelligence. To me, it's the opposite, actually. So until next time, I'm Dr. Charles, urging you again to stay strong in mind, in body, and in soul. Bye for now.
Dr. Charles, CoachMD. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure to like and comment below. I'd love to hear from you. If you think you have a friend who might benefit from this video, share it with them. For access to exclusive content, support my Patreon. There you'll get private access to videos, meditations, health tips, even relationship and financial tips. You'll have a say in what I produce and be able to participate in a monthly call with me. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you soon.